5 exercises. Bear strength. That's exactly what you're about to learn, and exactly what's going to separate you from every other guy in the gym. A grizzly bear can deadlift a 700-pound dumpster with one arm. One arm. That's not a metaphor. Rangers in Yellowstone have documented it hundreds of times. Bears flip industrial dumpsters like you'd flip a pancake. But here's what's truly terrifying. A single swipe from a grizzly carries over 600 pounds of force. That's enough to decapitate a full-grown moose in one hit. And they do it casually. No wind-up, no preparation. Just raw, explosive, devastating power. And despite weighing over 300 kilos, that's 660 pounds of muscle, fat, and fury, a grizzly can sprint at 56 kilometers per hour. That's faster than Usain Bolt. Way faster. So how does an animal that heavy move that fast and hit that hard? They use their entire body as a single unit. No isolation. No separation. Everything works together. Every muscle fires in the same direction at the same time. Think about how a bear lives every single day. It digs through frozen ground to find roots. It flips boulders weighing hundreds of pounds to find grubs underneath. It wrestles 300-kilo rivals during mating season. And it does all of this without a single rep scheme, without a coach, without protein shakes. What bears have, and what most humans have completely lost, is integrated strength. The kind of strength where your grip, your legs, your core, your back, and your shoulders all fire at the same time, in the same direction, with zero wasted energy. Today, I'm going to show you 5 exercises that will rebuild that exact kind of strength. The kind that doesn't just look impressive. The kind that makes you genuinely dangerous. And if you do these consistently for 12 weeks, you'll develop a level of raw power that 99% of people will never touch. Let's get into it. When a bear stands on its hind legs, it's not just posturing. It's loading its entire posterior chain, glutes, hamstrings, lower back, core, into a single vertical column of power. It's like a coiled spring made of 300 kilos of muscle. And when it drops back down or charges forward, all of that stored energy explodes at once. The exercise that replicates this exact loading pattern is the Zercher squat. And almost nobody does it, which is exactly why almost nobody has bear-level functional strength. Here's how it works. Set a barbell in a squat rack at about elbow height. Step into the bar, hook it into the crook of your elbows. Not your hands, your elbows. Clasp your hands together in front of your chest. The weight sits right against your torso. Now this is where it gets interesting. Unlike a back squat, where the load sits behind your center of mass, the Zercher puts the weight directly in front of your core. Your entire midsection has to fire at maximum capacity just to keep you upright. A study from the Journal of Strength and Conditioning found that the Zercher squat activates the core muscles up to 40% more than a traditional back squat. 40%. That's not a marginal difference. That's a completely different exercise. Squat down until your elbows touch the inside of your knees. Keep your chest up. Keep your gaze forward. Drive up through your heels, like you're trying to push the floor through the earth. 3 sets of 6 to 8 reps. When you can do 8 reps cleanly, add weight. Now, watch a bear drag a 400-pound elk carcass up a hillside. It doesn't use both arms evenly. It grips with one paw and pulls with its entire body. Lat, oblique, hip, everything on one side contracting as a single chain. That unilateral pulling power is what makes bears so effective as predators. The exercise that mirrors this is deceptively simple. The heavy single-arm dumbbell row. But I don't mean the version you see most people doing. Lightweight, high reps, barely breaking a sweat. I mean a dumbbell so heavy that every fiber in your back has to work just to get it off the ground. For most men, that means 35 to 50 kilos per hand. Set one hand and one knee on a flat bench. Let the dumbbell hang straight down from your other hand. Now pull it up to your hip. Not your chest, your hip. Your elbow should drive past your rib cage. Squeeze your shoulder blade toward your spine at the top. Hold for 1 full second. Lower with control. Here's the critical detail. Don't rotate your torso to get the weight up. If your body twists, the weight is too heavy. Your core should stay locked. Your hips should stay square. All the work happens in your lat, your rear delt, and your grip. Do 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps per side. Rest 90 seconds between sets. When you can do 8 clean reps without twisting, go heavier. There's a reason the next exercise literally has the word bear in its name. When a grizzly carries something, a log, a carcass, a rival's body, it doesn't hold it at arm's length. It crushes it against its chest and walks. The object becomes part of the bear's body. That's the most efficient way to carry heavy, awkward loads. And it's the way humans have completely forgotten how to move. Get a heavy sandbag, 40 to 60 kilos for most men. If you don't have a sandbag, a heavy duffel bag filled with sand works perfectly. Wrap your arms around it and squeeze it against your torso like you're trying to pop it. Do not let it slide. Do not let it shift. Your arms, chest, and core work as a clamp. Now walk, 40 meters, or 30 to 45 seconds if space is limited. This sounds simple. It is not. By the 20-second mark, your entire body will be screaming. Your forearms will burn. Your lungs will be on fire. Your core will feel like it's about to collapse. And that's exactly the point. A study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that carrying loads against the torso activates the deep stabilizing muscles of the spine far more effectively than any machine exercise. These are the muscles that atrophy when you sit at a desk all day. And they're the exact muscles that give a bear its indestructible midsection. 3 carries. Rest 2 minutes between each one. When 45 seconds feels manageable, add weight. Before we continue, if you're getting value from this, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I drop content like this regularly, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Here's something most people don't know about bears. After 5 to 7 months of hibernation, lying completely still, not eating, not drinking, barely breathing, a grizzly bear loses almost no muscle mass. Zero atrophy. Scientists still don't fully understand how, but what they do know is that when a bear wakes up and stands for the first time in half a year, it can immediately fight, run, and hunt at full capacity. Day 1, no warm-up needed. That ability to go from lying flat to standing with full power is exactly what the Turkish get-up trains, and it's the most underrated exercise in existence. Start lying flat on your back with a kettlebell pressed toward the ceiling in one hand. Your arm stays locked out for the entire movement. That's the rule. If the weight drops, you start over. From there, you roll onto your opposite elbow, then press up to your hand. Bridge your hips up, sweep your leg underneath into a kneeling position, and finally, stand up. That's 1 rep. Now reverse the entire sequence, 1 step at a time, until you're lying flat again. The whole thing should take 30 to 45 seconds per rep. This is not a fast exercise. Speed kills the Turkish get-up. Start with a light weight, 8 to 12 kilos. I don't care how strong you think you are. The coordination demands of this movement will humble you. Do 3 reps per side. That's it. 3 reps. But each one will activate every single muscle in your body, from your fingers to your toes, in a sequence that no machine and no isolation exercise can replicate. When a grizzly charges, it generates an estimated 8,000 to 12,000 newtons of force through the ground. To put that in perspective, a professional NFL linebacker generates about 4,500 newtons on a full sprint tackle. A bear produces almost 3 times that, and it accelerates its 300-kilo body to top speed in under 2 seconds. That ground-driving, leg-powered, full-body explosion is exactly what the sled push trains, and it's the closest thing you'll ever do to charging like a bear. Load a sled heavy. How heavy? Heavy enough that you can barely move it for 20 meters. For most men, that means 100 to 200 kilos on the sled. Grab the high handles, set your body at a 45-degree angle, and drive. Push with your legs, not your arms. Your arms are just connecting rods. They transmit force. They don't create it. Every step should feel like you're trying to shove the earth backward. Short, aggressive steps. Your feet should never leave the ground for more than a few centimeters. Here's what most people get wrong. They stand too upright. When you're too tall, your force goes up instead of forward. Drop your angle. Get lower. Think about a bear's posture when it charges. Head down, shoulders forward. Pure horizontal force. Do 4 pushes of 20 meters each. Rest 3 minutes between pushes. This is not cardio. This is maximum effort, maximum power output. If you're not completely gassed after 20 meters, the sled isn't heavy enough. Now that you know the 5 exercises, Zercher squats, heavy dumbbell rows, bear hug carries, Turkish get-ups, and sled pushes, here's exactly how to combine them into a 3-day-a-week program. Train 3 days a week. Always leave at least 1 rest day between sessions. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Whatever fits your life. But rest is non-negotiable. Without recovery, you don't get stronger. You just get broken. Day 1. Raw power. Start with Zercher squats. 3 sets of 6 to 8 heavy reps. Rest 3 minutes between sets. Then heavy dumbbell rows. 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps per side. 90 seconds rest. Finish with bear hug carries. 3 carries of 30 to 45 seconds. 2 minutes rest. Day 2. Explosive force. Start with sled pushes. 4 pushes of 20 meters. 3 minutes rest. Maximum aggression on every push. Then Turkish get-ups. 3 reps per side, taking your time. Focus on perfect form. Finish with Zercher squats again, but lighter. 70% of day 1's weight. Done explosively. 3 sets of 5 fast reps. 2 minutes rest. Day 3. Total integration. Everything comes together. Zercher squats. 4 sets now. Try to add 2 to 5 kilos from day 1. Heavy dumbbell rows. 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps. Slightly heavier than day 1. Bear hug carries. 4 carries. Add weight if possible. Turkish get-ups. 2 reps per side to finish. Your entire body should feel like it just fought a bear, and that's exactly how you know it's working. The key is gradual, relentless progress. Start lighter than you think you should. Move slower than your ego wants. But never miss a session. Never skip an exercise because it's hard. That's not how bears are built, and it's not how you'll be built either. Do this for 12 weeks. Just 12 weeks of consistent, disciplined work, and you'll build the kind of strength that doesn't just show up in the mirror, it shows up when you need it. When you carry heavy furniture up 3 flights of stairs without stopping, when you grab someone's arm and they realize they can't pull away, when your entire body moves like one perfectly coordinated machine, that's bear strength. That's what separates functional power from gym decoration. And if you've watched this far, you're already ahead of 99% of people who will never even try. If this video gave you something real, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications, because more brutal routines like this are on the way. And trust me, you won't want to miss them.